Hi, this is the Ashley Corinne, also known as Corinne Wednesday, and this is part of my presidential platform for 2020 or 2024, depending on how it goes. So, I'm running for president, and there's a big hot button issue. Hold on. Pardon me. And it's called race. And see, the thing is, race is this is what I would say to everyone about race. Okay, race is biological. So, most people can say, some people have dark skin, some people have light skin, some people have, if they're Jewish, have curly hair. There's, and that's just biology. That's just human evolution. Oh, and speaking of evolution, can you see this? Hold on, let me frame it. This is what is it? A trilobite or something like that? It's fossilized, man. Fossilized. Meaning this life form existed millions and millions and millions of years ago. And that's insane and fucking cool to me. But talking about race, see, that was an aside, but it all coalesces. Because I would draw a distinction between race and racial politics. Okay? There is a difference. Hold on a second. There's a difference between race and racial politics. Now, race is a biological fact. Some people are black, some people are white, some people are Asian, some people have curly hair, some people have straight hair, some people are blonde-eyed. Blonde-eyed? What does that mean? Some people are blonde-haired and blue-eyed, and some people have black hair and brown eyes. That's just the way it is. It's like, trying to, determine which type of finch. So that's just science. That's just science. And then there's racial politics. And racial politics is the politics of the other. Meaning, race is politicized just like anything could be politicized. Sexual preference, gender identity, whether or not you're fucking Catholic, anything can be politicized. But this is what I'm saying is science is one thing. And science is just science. I mean, Sam Harris did a podcast with, I can't think of his, Charles Murray, maybe? Anyways, Google it. It was the guy who wrote The Bell Curve, which talked about a disparity in IQ when it comes to the races. And he was just looking at data. And Murray was not a racist. And yeah, he has certain things, like he's against affirmative action and stuff like that. And that's a whole political discussion to be had. But and then Sam Harris had another subsequent podcast a year later with Ezra Klein, which is fairly recent, but which that was interesting. That was, WWF shit. But, science is something, and Ezra Klein was, trying to categorize Sam Harris as a racist, which he's not. He was, see, the thing is, Sam Harris was speaking out against, Islam and stuff, and he's an atheist. See, Sam Harris is one of the big four, dude. He's one of the four horsemen of atheism. So he's an outspoken atheist. He doesn't believe in God. Although he is, I guess you could say in some way, a spiritualist, but Sam Harris is the least racist person I've ever fucking heard of. And this stigma gets attached to these people. And the thing is, it really comes down to a misreading of the data, or at least a misreading of the interpretations of the data. Because when it comes to racial politics, and like I said, race is a biological fact, and racial politics is completely different. And people use, the fear of the other. So in Nazi Germany, it was the Jews. And, as being a transgender person myself, I've been called a faggot. I've been called a queer in America. And you get people like Mike motherfucking Pence, who, I will say this about Mike Pence, dude. A straight man doesn't have hair like that. And they stoke the fires of hate and intolerance. And this isn't just me bloviating about fucking talking points. This is me, living in fear from day to day. Living in fear that someone might think that I'm a fucking faggot or a fucking queer and beat me to death. Yes, I said that. Beat me to death. And why? Because I like to wear a dress every once in a while? And it's the same, it's a similar thing with race. People don't like brown people. I don't like those Mexicans and their circus music. You know what? I like mariachi music, okay? I fucking get down to that shit every once in a while. It's not first on my playlist, but I like mariachi, you fucking gringo bastardo. It's just, this is divisionism. And what I mean by that is, divide and conquer. It's where the powers that be, most of them are white. Don't tell anyone I said that. The powers that be try to divide people against each other. So it's easier to conquer them. Hence, divide and conquer. That's divide and conquer 101. But I, as a sitting candidate for president, I think... Sorry, what time is it? I think that everyone needs to wake the fuck up. That's what I think.